little cheesy like that, but I just love coordination. I cannot wait to cover these. I don't know why I'm so tired. All I'm doing is, you know what, honestly, it's more exhausting than I thought running my own TV show. I'm my own stagehand, I'm my own producer, I'm building this set, so it's a lot of work. And I've been printing a lot of 8x10, so this is me and Hailey after I had just finished the Macy's Day Parade and we went to go get pancakes with our parents. So she definitely grew up to be a gorgeous beauty queen, and she's going to show us how to do the makeup. So I'm going to check and see if she is on live right now. I'm super, super excited. We are going to go live with Hailey. There she is. Waiting for Hailey Bieber.
Hello.
Hi, and hello.
Hi.
You love how
Good
much I've been
morning.
building this 8x10.
I cannot deal with you having this gigantic printout. I'm dying.
I'm obsessed with it. I have you. My desk is really hilarious right now. I have you and Mayor Garcetti, my two favorites. Obviously, we're in LA where we just went on, you know, everyone's got to stay home for the next few days. And so playing with makeup, I think, is a good way to stay kind of entertained.
Yeah.
And you're like the total queen of like beauty and makeup and gorge. And so I have my little tips and tricks, but I'm definitely going to be taking note of everything. And I mentioned to everyone watching that if you don't have some of the products that we're using right now, since we're all more limited, take notes. And then also a great way to do it is to make like a face chart of yourself and kind of draw it. So I'm just going to kind of let you show us how you do your makeup.
Okay. Well, okay. I think it's funny that you say I'm like the queen of anything makeup, because I feel like I'm not that good at doing my own makeup. And I only feel like I don't wear a lot of makeup on my off time, because when I'm working, I'm always getting makeup put on.
Yeah.
But I will say I do enjoy doing makeup. When I was like younger, I did ballet, so I always did like my makeup for recitals and like.
Well, I think that's what I love about your makeup, and usually actually I think really you look like more gorge in like pap shots or like photos that you post at home when you have less. And I think right now we're in like a time where it's so in style to like just wear so much makeup, and then your skin can't breathe, and you're always battling with yourself of, okay, I'm breaking out because I'm wearing makeup, but I'm wearing makeup because I'm breaking out. And if when you're at home, you can just spend time letting your skin breathe, that'll be so much better.
Yeah, I'm like 100% super into the skincare. I take really good care of my skin, or at least I try. I try to be conscious of that.
I know growing up, your mom was like kind of strict about like eating super clean and eating organic and healthy. So how much do you think what you put on the inside reflects on the outside of your skin?
I kind of think it's everything, because a lot of it, you know, when people struggle with their skin and when they break out, it's because of inflammation. And a lot of people are eating things and drinking things and putting things in their body that are causing their body to be inflamed from the inside out. So when you have acne or when you're having breakouts, it's basically just a reaction. Your skin is telling you that you're putting something in your body that your skin doesn't like, or that your body doesn't like.
I feel that. I have been trying to be I was trying to keep the inflammation down, because we learned from Dr. Amen, who's a friend of yours as well, that inflammation can cause so much stress, and your immune gets super low. And so we all want our immune system to be as high as possible right now.
Yeah.
And inflammation can really kind of contradict us using our vitamin C and all this stuff.
Right.
But last night, in a sense of like, I was getting a little stressed and panicked, so I did therapeutic snacking last night. And today I woke up like, I can barely see, my eyes are so puffy, and like I just feel so. Everyone learn from my mistakes. Therapeutic eating does not work.
Every time I'm gonna like cheat on eating something, or like something I know that I'm gonna wake up feeling shitty the next day, I'm always like, in my head, I'm like, is this gonna be worth it for me? Yes or no?
I know, and I think the thing that helps me a lot is I take turmeric if I know that I'm gonna be like super puffy. So yeah, I think it's important to keep the inflammation down. Another question that I had, we were talking about how beauty really comes from the inside. And Even though you're super beautiful on the outer layer, I think your light really shines from within. So how do you stay bright in dark times?
I think that obviously we all go through phases. I think that there can be times where you feel really good and you feel really positive and you feel confident and you feel like I have it together right now. But then obviously one event can happen, one thing can happen that can totally just throw you off of your track, that can totally just put you in a dark place, or that can totally just put your mood in a completely different place. I think what I've learned for myself is that having people to be able to go to and say, I feel this way right now. And so I was always the type of person where I felt like I could figure things out by myself. And I felt like I'm so independent, you know, like I moved out when I was 17, like I went out on my own, I'm good, I don't need anybody's help, I don't need anybody to like lean on, I have myself, I'm strong enough. And then I realized as I've gotten older that, you know, you can't always be the person that is strong enough, because sometimes we do get weak and sometimes like we just need the support of other people. So I think having a confidant and having people that you can depend on, that you know are always going to be there, like your family or, you know, a therapist. You know, there's been times where I've gone to Dr. Amen and I've been like, I am literally spiraling out of control right now. Please help me rein this in, or tell me if I sound crazy or if I sound irrational, because sometimes we need that outside person to say, you know, this isn't accurate. You know, you're overthinking it, you're overstressing it. And you need people to be able to speak into your life like that and say and call you out in a loving and a healthy way and tell you when you need to rein it in. So I feel like when times have gotten like weird and scary for me, instead of trying to keep them in and like deal with them on my own, it's helped me a lot to be able to go to people and say, hey, I'm actually struggling a lot right now and I'm going through a difficult time. And just let me like vent it out to them, even when people don't even have to say a lot, just to be an ear to hear what you're going through.
And that is so well said, because I think now with online, you know, one of the B in Bright Minds is blessing and curse of social media, but a blessing is that there actually are a lot of platforms that have free therapy, because a lot of people don't even know where to begin with therapy or how to find a therapist. I was really lucky to find Dr. Amen. I found Dr. Amen in 2012. And so I've been going to him for a long time. And it was right after, it was right before I actually cut my hair short, which is when I really started going to him, because I felt like, you know, I felt the most myself, but that was really when social media started allowing like comments and Twitter, and social media wasn't like that really before then. And I know that that's something really close to your heart is like cyberbullying. And I had just started like breaking out, and I was just having such a rough time. And I was in an airport going to Costa Rica, and I could not even get myself to get on the plane. My legs wouldn't let me walk forward. They were just like shaking, you know, that feeling like all the blood was out of all my limbs. I felt like I could not move. I was giving myself a full panic attack. And I found his book in the airport, and it said, Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. And I'm like, I have to change my brain, because nothing was wrong. I wasn't sick. My legs had worked every day before then. I just all of a sudden couldn't get myself to take a step forward. I was so terrified of flying. And then I started thinking, if I'm this terrified of flying now, how am I going to ever tour again? So then I spiraled. You know, he says one of the worst things we can be is a fortune teller, you know, telling ourselves, I'm never going to tour again because now I can't fly. I've flown before. I will fly again. I just have to get a hold of my brain. And so I love what you said about having a reliable source, because that was a question that I had for you, because we actually haven't really had anyone on the show yet that I feel like has as deep of a spiritual connection as you do, and use your platform so much to talk about how your faith is your guiding light. So talking about reliable sources, whether that's God or your family or your friends or Dr. Amen, let's just talk about reliable sources and how important they are.
Well, I think reliable sources can be multiple different things, like I said before, you know, family, friends, therapists. You know, sometimes it can even be a random stranger that you get into conversation with who's almost like a little angel in the moment, or it can be your pet. This is Oscar.
I I love when you meet a random angel and you just feel like
Right.
some stranger just was at the perfect place at the perfect time to give you exactly what you needed to hear.
Yeah, like I always feel like those are God moments. Those are weird encounters that God knew we needed that moment right then and there. And I also feel like, I'm super open and vocal about being raised in church and, having my own relationship with that and I think there's a difference between being raised in church and then being an adult and having your own relationship with God and having your own relationship with Jesus and spirituality, because what my relationship was with faith getting raised that way is completely different than it is for me in my own journey as an adult. So
I love that.
I feel like I found my footing with, spirituality and faith and church. And I found a church community that works for me, where I feel supported and loved and accepted. And I think that that's so important. I think just having community in general, whether it's a church community, whether it's a sports team community, whether it's like a book club community, or any type of like supporting community where it feels like a core group that you feel like you can rely on and you can go there and there's no judgment and there's no just, it's just acceptance and love, and it's just pure, and you feel that when you're there. I think that that's really, really important. And I mean, for me, that's church, and that's God, and that's faith, and that's that, but that may not be that for everyone.
And I love what you said about that, because actually, like, I was raised going to church as a believer, and that was a really important part of my life. And I kind of fell off that path a little bit because I think I had a hard time finding a relationship with God that worked for me as an adult. And so actually, just as someone that I'm so happy I just learned something because I love this show, because as much as it's for other people to keep it, keep bright and lit and illuminated, I learned something so much from everyone that I've had on the show. And I think what I just took away from you is I'm allowed to decide what my relationship is with spirituality as an adult, that doesn't have to be aligned with the way that it was when I was brought up, because I was also brought up in a church in Tennessee at a time, in the 90s. So it was a less accepting time.
Exactly.
I have a less accepting time of, like, I had some gay friends in school that the reason I kind of left my church was because they weren't being accepted. They were being sent to conversion therapies. And I had a really hard time with that. And I had a hard time with it as me finding my sexuality too. So I think now you telling me that I'm allowed to redesign my relationship with God as an adult and make it how it feels most accepting to me would make me feel so less turned off by spirituality.
Yeah, I think it's your journey between you and God. It's not your journey and 10 other people's journey. It's just yours. It's between you and him. And, I believe that Jesus is about loving people no matter where they're at in life. So,
yeah.
I've always had a hard time too with church making people feel excluded and not accepted, and like they can't be a part of it because of what they believe in, or who they love, or who they don't love, or whatever it may be. I just don't believe that that's what God is about at all.
I'm so happy we're talking about God and not about makeup because this is like what I really need right now. I needed to hear this, because when you're saying it's not about you and 10 other people and God, it's about you and God. I think that I'm like in this quadruple thruple relationship with God, where it's me and my parents and God. And
if I
could remove them, and it can become my relationship with the higher power, whoever's higher power that is, and with God, since that was something I grew up with, now that feels way less intimidating, and I can just talk to God directly rather than it being me and my parents having a conversation, because then I feel like I'm in the principal's office.
Exactly. I mean, I'm always grateful that my parents raised me that way. I'm happy that they brought me and my sister up in church, and that, I would never change that. You know what I mean? I would never have that be different. But I think that their relationship with God is not mine. And, my mom's personal spiritual relationship, there's going to be times where I don't understand it, and I don't think what she believes in makes sense. And there's going to be things where I believe in that she doesn't think makes sense either.
Right.
That's the freedom we have as individuals and human beings.
I love that so much. And so now just like super quickly, we can talk about a little bit of beauty.
Yes. Okay. Let's
Because,
get into it.
I was thinking that the fans would think it was really fun to follow along with you, and I don't want you to do anything more than you would usually do on a, your real, because I see like these steps sometimes with tutorials where there's just no way that I would want to go out with that full face of makeup on, because it looks really beautiful when you got, look at this that I got, hold on. You're going to freak out. I'm like actually getting into vlogging. So I've got this light.
Yes.
Y'all.
Yes.
But under this light, you can get away with anything. You can put on so much makeup. But realistically,
Right.
I think what's always been tough for me is like, I actually don't go out and like party that much anymore. So you can wear a lot more makeup when you go out at night. But during the day, I feel insane when I have on a mask. So just really quickly, give us like kind of a little sum up of what you like to use and like what Bare Minerals products that you think that the kids would love to use. And I used to use Bare Minerals all the time, so I love it.
Well, I found Bare Minerals because my mom used to use it, and it's kind of like a whole full circle thing. So I love being with them. Okay.
There used to be a Bare Minerals cult following in my middle school. Like if you didn't have Bare Minerals, you were the biggest loser in class.
Right.
So I bought it because I'm a follower.
Right. Because she's trendy.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I was going to do, even when I'm going out, here's the thing, like if I'm going out to like a dinner, or like we're going out on like a date night, or, we just decide like, hey, let's go out for a drink. It's Friday, whatever. I still don't feel like I'm the type of girl who is that good at sitting in the mirror for 45 minutes and doing like a full, I don't think I'm that good at it. I'm a girl who's good at doing like the very natural beat that has like a little bit of attitude to it.
Yeah.
So if I was going to do that, my like Friday night going out situation, that's what I'm going to do. So I always like to do, I'm not more of like a lip girl. I'm more of like, I would do more of an eye and like a nude lip.
Love.
If I was going to do a lip, it would be like nothing and then just the lip and mascara. But I'm going to stay away from a lip today because I actually don't have one on me. But I have this little palette that I really like. That's the Rose eyeshadow palette from Bare Minerals.
Love.
And this is a lot of like really pretty nudes.
I love that. That looks a lot like what I kind of use.
Yeah, I love that. With a little sparkle, but like not too heavy, not too intense. So I'm going to do a little bit of like this color right here, like a little.
I'm following along.
Like a little nude base color. Just all over my lids.
Okay, I'm doing the same.
Sorry, I'm going to have to lean forward a couple times because I'm not comfortable. So that's just all over the base.
Same. With my super extra, everything in my life is so extra. Palette, thank God, BCB.
I love that.
Like nothing in my life can just be like standard. Okay.
Nothing's just neutral, but that's
no,
what
nothing's
about
neutral.
it. Don't ever change that.
It's actually like really extra, and no one's noticed yet. But this wallpaper in here is all me, and I never let people come in here because I look crazy. But
is this the glam room? Like office glam room?
Yeah, this is my glam room. Like, see, I've got my big extra mirror.
It's so cute.
This is my little office, but that's me. My little like light.
I love that light.
Oh, that's gonna be for when I'm allowed to actually have in-person guests when we're not all quarantined. So that'll be where I have my desk. And then this is like my little couch for my segments.
Cute.
Vlogging / glam.
I love it. It's perfect.
I love it.
Okay. So next I'm gonna go into this color right here, which is almost like a rosy, like
that
bronzy situation. And I'm going to do that all over the eye as well.
Okay.
Oh, man. Just a disclaimer too, I already had my face makeup on. That's why I'm not like...
I just told Cody about no makeup. He's like, all you do is lie to me. when I'm like, oh, I have no makeup on. And, no makeup.
You know what's funny is before we started this, Justin was like, you have that no makeup on, and I like it. I'm like, why do you even know what that is? He literally said the no
We
makeup
love the no makeup.
Yes, we love a man who knows about the
what
no
do you mean
makeup
no makeup? That's a thing. My whole life has been a lie.
You're like, yes, welcome.
I keep a little powder just like in the morning. I'm all, oh, you know.
Yeah, I'm super like, I don't like a lot of face makeup because I just don't like how it feels. So I'm usually just
I
like,
can't move my nose.
Hate.
And
so
then,
I'm
like,
usually
I
just
can't
a little.
smile right, and
Some girls can handle like a very, very full beat and it looks really super beautiful and actually really natural. And then there's some girls who it just doesn't sit the same. And I feel like I'm like
sometimes
that. Like,
I wonder, why am I putting on makeup yet I'm getting like, it's getting less right. Like for some reason, I'll be like, oh, look, it's Friday. I'm going to put on my makeup by the end. I'm like, I should have just gone out with my wet hair and my fresh skin. Because for some reason, my face, I think because my eyes are so big, I end up just looking like a Cher impersonator.
Dude, that happens to me all the time where I'm like, I'll see a photo of myself and I'm like, why did I even, I know I like myself better naturally, so why did I even attempt?
Sometimes it's just fun.
Have you looked back on yourself on certain red carpets and been like, literally, what the actual F
you
is
will
going
be getting a text message from me real soon. I'll actually send it now. I believe it's like Grammy 2008. It actually is so bad that it became like a viral meme because I look so insane. I also have on like about 55 pounds of hair. Like I have so much extensions in. But someone thought making my eyebrows super thin and using black liner all around the rim of my eye, which my eyes are super round, so I look like I'm actually like possessed. And I'm gonna go off track a little bit, and I promised everyone I would show them like a classic Miley red, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, do whatever your like little signature thing for a night out would be. That's what this is all about. Okay, just to say, I'm gonna keep going with like a little bit of the darker tones.
I love that.
Get into her a little bit.
That gray is really cool.
Yeah, it's a super nice, like, this whole palette, the colors go really nice all together too, which I enjoy. You can blend.
Yeah, especially if you're going to travel all the time. Nutcase. If you're going to travel all the time, you don't want to take like a huge, I used to have a makeup suitcase. That was too much.
I have one little bag of makeup that I travel with because usually I'm traveling for work too, and I know that it's going to be getting done.
Me too. This is my bag. This is like as much as I bring. My little tiny circle bag. And this is it. That's my full beat.
Okay, so see, I'm getting into a little more of like a smokier.
I'm obsessed with that.
And I'm going to add a little bit to the bottom like lash line too because I like a little, you know, a little vibe down there.
And I do this thing with my lip where I kind of like draw a heart before.
Well, you have such a nice lip shape too.
So I do like a little, oh, it's actually kind of like an M, which is cute. So I do like a little M. And then I don't like a round looking lip. So I do kind of like straight angles because my lips are really round. So I kind of like, I draw like a diagonal line.
See, everybody has their own tricks, you guys.
Yeah. I learned this from my makeup artist, like just to keep straight lines.
Are you an overliner?
Oh yeah, I go over.
Yes.
I do like a little liner, and then I use whatever liner I lined with just as my lipstick, so you can't see the difference. Yeah.
Okay, we are getting somewhere. Getting a little smoky.
I'm getting it together. Okay.
Okay, and now I'm going to add a little mascara. I'm just leaning forward because I need my bigger mirror.
I do also like an orange or red because we used to have this neighbor in Nashville that used to always wear red lipstick. And my dad would always kind of like talk about how she always had it like all over her face. Like when she would like she let her dog, basically she would let her dog lick her all over the mouth, but she wore red lipstick so the dog would like transfer it all over her face. And so every time I would wear this one shade of red lipstick, my dad would tell me that I looked like her. So it totally scarred me for life. And so now I only use an orange base because hers was always like a purple base.
Right.
So thanks, Dad.
I actually prefer an orange base red too.
Yeah. Probably not because your dad emotionally scarred you, but yeah, it's like
No, not because I'm triggered by it.
Like, my dad was the worst. One time I had a huge zit on my forehead, and it was the day before picture day, and my dad walks downstairs, looks at my face, and goes, "Ew!" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? It's picture day tomorrow. You're supposed to tell me that I'm beautiful no matter what." And he's like, "Sorry, sissy, like, but that's disgusting. You can't go to school like that." I'm like, "You are nuts." So everyone wants to know why I am so obsessed with keeping my skin clear, but that's because my dad had really bad acne in high school. So he was just like, you know, if anyone gives you a hard time about something, it's because they've got their own trigger.
Right. That's
so my dad had acne, got made fun of, and so now he makes fun of me, but he's going to kill me for saying that. He tells me I'm beautiful all the time, but he does call out all of our perfections.
Let me see this lip.
John go, ooh, I got a little side. This is my lip, orange base.
Yes.
Let me flip on this light. Boom.
Okay.
Orange base. And then the only thing I'm going to add is a little bit of like pink on my cheeks.
Yeah, that's actually where I was about to go next, with a little like bronzy. This is Bare Minerals Gen Nude Bronzer Blush.
Love that. And I have this like, I kind of take my blush and just put it a little kind of everywhere just so I really feel match. It actually looks like way better IRL. So yeah, this is kind of the look I'm doing.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to overdo it with the bronzer.
I have a different approach. I try to overdo everything. My approach to life is overdo it. But that's because my role models are RuPaul and Dolly Parton. So that does not involve being very low key.
But involves a lot of pure excellence.
Yes. Opulence.
So I did a little bronzy, glowy.
I am so obsessed with that makeup right now.
I'm
regretting mine because I'm going to have it all over my face in about 5 seconds. When I got my face down on my yoga mat, I'm going to look like that neighbor that my dad warned me about.
Stop.
I'm also completely OCD, so I label all my makeup, so this is embarrassing. But when I'm like digging through my makeup on an airplane or something and I can't see, so I totally label.
But by the way, there is no shame in being organized because there's nothing more satisfying than being like, you've done the brain scan with Dr. Amen before, right?
Oh yeah, I'm like completely bright red right here.
Did it show, like, did you light up in your OCD spot?
Yeah, I'm just completely,
So
he said that my brain looked like a college professor, which I was really excited about that. But you kind of have to be like, you have to be kind of obsessive, you know, because I love to write, like putting together the show, putting together every day. I was just telling Cody yesterday that I'm happier doing this show than I have been in the last even few years with anything that I'm doing, because if I wasn't like singing or acting or doing that, I would actually wanted to have been like in political journalism or, you know, kind of culture. So this is like talking politics, religion, social, culture, community. That's like my passion. So, you know, maybe I can somehow kind of marry the two worlds, which is why I wanted to have my own talk show.
Well, you're a very creative human. You have a very creative brain.
Yeah, it's kind of kooky, but yes. Your makeup looks so good.
This is kind of it. I mean,
like night out slay.
Yeah, the last thing I have to do is I add a little like this like bronzy highlight.
I love that.
That is, what is this called? Air Pro Glow, which I use
Yep.
these all the time. There's a couple
I
different ones.
love that.
And I just tap it like a little like right here.
That's perfect. I actually have something
Right
like
here.
that.
I love highlighter. If I don't wear anything and I'm just going out,
Me
like,
too.
it's just a little highlighter, a little mascara.
Same. I'll do a little on my brow.
And then I'm going to throw in a little, like a nude liner, lip liner.
I'll do the same. Boom, 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 boom. And I like to use my hands a lot when I do my makeup.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
supposed
I
to be
use my
touching her
hands.
face, but I'm extremely sanitized. I've been like cleaning like crazy and washing my hands every 5 seconds, so I'm allowed to.
I haven't left the house in 7 days, 6 days.
I haven't left the house since Wednesday either, so I'm totally fine.
And then you did a red lip. I'm going to go for a nude.
Love.
I actually love these
I actually
glosses.
haven't done a red lip in a really long time, so it's kind of why I wanted to do it.
I will say, being stuck inside for these, this last week, these last couple of days, it feels nice to like do yourself up a little bit and just play.
Definitely. I've actually been loving the show because it just makes me get ready and makes me get dressed, so it totally gets me like,
right.
I've actually worked harder in the last week than I have in months. Working this show and like booking all the talent and like, I'm trying to just do the whole show by myself.
Because you've been doing everything by yourself.
You were my first guest that I booked. So you were so sweet for like just agreeing to do it as soon as it was really nothing. And now I have some really cool guests. Actually, I'll read you some guests that I have because I haven't told my fans either. So I'm really excited for Monday because Monday morning I'm going to have a very special guest that I'm going to be revealing my set to. And I'm not going to say who that is yet. But I'm building a set over the weekend. I got all my material. I'm going to be posting photos of me with my tool belt and I'm going to build a set. And then I have Ricky Thompson, who's always hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky slays me. And I'm actually going to have Emily Osment from Hannah Montana is going to come on the show.
A reunion!
Reunion. And we're going to be talking about the best way to adopt and foster dogs right now because the shelters are closed, but you're allowed to set up private appointments. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm actually going to do a motivational morning with MT, my mom. I'm going to do a devotional with my dad. Self-confidence with Noah, and then Wednesday I'm really excited because I'm doing Women's Wednesday, and it's going to be Reese Witherspoon, Hilary Duff, Phoebe Rexa, and Dua Lipa all in one. So I'm so excited.
That's amazing.
And
this is so cool. What
were you going to say?
I was going to say it's so cool to see how this is just kind of like exploded into this thing that's been bringing people together in this time. It's cool. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you.
I'm so excited. And for the women's episode, I had my first COVID-19 period where I started my period yesterday and I didn't know what to do because I went to the store and like all the tampons are sold out and there's only like granny ones and it was terrifying going out anyways. Everyone's in masks and it was just really a crazy experience. So taking my experience, I'm actually looking into this like different sponsors for Wednesday and I was talking about the homeless shelters that Mayor Garcetti opened, trying to get some like tampons for women there because this is a whole new experience. So when that goes down, just beware that if you're not stocked, it's scary. And so there's no options and they're all super overpriced. So I'm excited for this week and thank you so much for doing your makeup with us.
Yay, thank you so much for having me. I love that you're doing this. I'm going to
send you that scary photo of me at the Grammys right now. I'm going to send you that scary photo.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Love you. Thank you.
Love you, Miley. Say bye, Oscar. Bye, baby. Bye.